I'm trying to go through and think of what I have not recorded. I did my ribbon, I did my bags, stickers, all the things. So originally I had my die cuts in this. They fit in this. And then I hosted a challenge for these Spellbinders dies. And I had such an amazing turnout. Over 70, I think 71 or 2 people joined. And so I got over 210 paper piece die cuts. And I stuck them in these KS Craft sends to the design team and sometimes on Amazon in these white bags, and they're just thick quality, they're good. So I stuck them in these. They're so cute. So many. I got so many. These are from, I found that just recently in my last video, so I put it in here because it is paper pieced. Like so many. And I stuck them in these bins. These are from Target this year. Like stickers, what are those doing in there? Those must have just got tossed. Any type of, so before I had these guys, they were categorized into other things. So these are banners. And this is how I had them stored originally. We're in these clear stamp pockets. So anything spiderweb related, they were in here, but they would not fly out of this. They were all smashed in here. So none of these things slid around or jumped out. But now that they're in a bigger bin, I'm going to have to stick them in the KS Craft little pouches. These are more die cuts from just this last challenge I hosted. Okay, and then these are things that I've had, people gifted, and things I've made as well. Like I made all these paint splatter ones, but these are anything with like words. Super cute die cuts. These are tags. I made them. I forgot I made them. I forgot. Tags. They're cute little stamped, layered up tags I made last year. These are words, things I've made and then that were gifted to me as well. More die cuts from the challenge, so they're not categorized yet, or I don't even know if I'm gonna. Maybe I'll just put paper pieced, like on the top. Paper pieced. These were 3D things or bag toppers that were gifted to me, and like group swaps and stuff. Here are some more words. Super cute. And then these are just like characters, so ghost, witch, things like that you would think of. That's Halloween characters. And then it started getting too full and I started breaking stuff down into like pumpkins only. So that's something that I'm gonna stick into. Okay, like what is going on? Okay, and then these were gifted bows. So they're all flat. I just have to assemble those. So those are quick and easy. These are flowers that have been assembled, like flat ones, not like 3D ones. Paper flowers. And then these, ooh, are flying out of here. So these are circles and borders. So any type of doily, border type thing that's like a graveyard. So that's what's in there. These flew out, but these are rolled flowers that were in this envelope. So some stuff is flying out. These were gifted. These are more like ephemera. So I need to put those right there. But that's how I have them, is in these things. But like I said, I don't know if I'm going to subcategorize these things or just put paper pieced. Because it's like, how do would I do cats in one? And then there's like TVs, there's non-traditional dies. So it would probably get too many envelopes. So I'll probably just leave them and label them as like 2025 paper pieced, like how this one is. Paper pieced parts. These little envelopes. And again, look at it. I went from this thin thing to already bulging out of this thing. So that's Halloween die cuts. Another new bin to this year. I need to take that stupid sticker off. Where's the label? Here we go. So this is, I didn't have this bin at all previously, and I didn't even have stuff, maybe one thing. This is all probably from this year. Plates and napkins. And this is stuff I got just recently in a haul, clearance. Larissa just gifted these, Michael's. Like all the cute napkins now, and I bought these are already laminated. So cute. Those are from Joann's. I just hauled these from Tina, who's Tina's Craft Creations, and then it's Sparkle Shake on Instagram. She's selling those at half off, like bundles. Just lots of, oh, so there's cups. They're taking up most of the room. These are all napkins from this year, guys. Cute. Ghosties, spiderwebs, pumpkins. These are all from this year. So you can see how fast if I like something, I'm all in, balls to the wall. Like, it's like, look how much I just bought this year. And it's kind of not a good thing because I did that with washi in the beginning, and I had drawers of those Michaels, like the drawers you can pull out with all the washi. This is all just from this year. So I don't have control. I'm very impulsive, as you can see. So this are the napkins and plates from this year, and they fit in these new Target bins. I just gotta pack it a little bit better so it fits in there. Don't ask me why my heat gun is over here, but I have a recent swap that's right here. I need to break that down. These are from Magical Mixery Store these year. It's all her like Halloween stuff. She's on Etsy. These are trays I got this year. They're all over here. There's 3 of them. And then you guys, this is all handmade style stuff. So I did a tag flip one year. That's from Renee. This one's from Christina. It's a candy cart. This one is from, I'm pretty sure that's from Crystal, maybe Gabby. Crystal or Gabby did something different. It's just so many like tag flips in here. I don't want to go through them all because there's just like a lot in here. And then 3D stuff that was made this year, I'm going to need to stick within here. And then that's the paper pads I went through, except for we have a problem because this paper pad, those Halloween paper pads fit all of these 12 by 12s. So tell me how well, this is Buenos Dias. This is something else. This goes separately. But how did all of those fit in there at the beginning of the year? I don't know what's going on, but I have so many envelopes like this that I need to stick back in that thing. Another thing I have, oh my gosh, you guys, I'm out of breath. I think I need another iron transfusion. Whew. Okay, so I have these things from Temu. They're clear jewelry organizers. And I decided to leave my Halloween beads, my Halloween dies, my Halloween stamps, and my Halloween charms out year round because, I don't know. Just, I'd rather it be with all the things because I don't have enough of it. I don't know. That's just my thinking. So these are just charms. Like, look how yummy. I add these to my dangles, my pens, my pokey tools. I just like collecting them. They're kind of like stickers to me. I just love. And these are not including ones that were gifted to me and like embellishment boxes and stuff. Like you guys already saw those throughout my videos, that they're in like little compartments in those bins. And not, or because I'm only getting 1 or 2 of them, you know, so they don't need their own compartment, if that makes sense. So anything with a hook is considered a charm, and they are in here. Like these guys, look at the cute little pumpkin pails, Jack Skellington, all the things. Stars, like really bloody hatchets. Like I have not sent those in Happy Meal. Not a lot of girls like gory stuff. These are cute. Adelis makes these homemade cute charms. Oh my gosh. She makes the cutest little ghosties, pumpkins. These 2 were gifted, so I kept those. Super cute. Like, look how many. I think there's, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 times 4, 24. There's 24 compartments in each of these drawers. And I have, I don't know if there's one behind here. Them stacked. They're 2 rows deep. So, here's more Halloween. So these are like candy corns I got from Amazon this year. And then because these are from eBay or Amazon this year, all the pink ones. They came in like a pack of 100 and something. Cute. And then this Halloween, this is holiday. These are my holiday ones. So these morph into, got like dead and bloody to Valentine's Day. So I am filled to the max, but I did order another one. So I think I might move these 2 Halloween over here. And then that way I have 3 more drawers to collect my pretties. And then this thing is pulled out. These are all Halloween dies, you guys. Like, I'm not even going to go through those. I store my dies in these vinyl pouches from Amazon. I label them, or I try to, and they're double-sided. And some of the dies have 2 dies per side. Some of them have 3 or 4, depending on how big the die is. So that's, I can't even do single-sided because I don't have enough bins and rooms for all of that. So those are my dies. I'm not going through those. Working on projects right now. My craft room's a hot mess right now. I'm in the middle of, I was making poke tools, so all my beads are all over the place. But one day, I'm going to go through and put all of the Halloween together. Right now, it's all over the place. It's also hard because sometimes they're not necessarily Halloween. Like, these aren't necessarily Halloween, but they remind me of, like, candy corn. Like, that pack I got. And then these aren't pumpkins, but they look like pumpkins. So I feel like I couldn't organize those only with Halloween. So maybe, you know what? Maybe I'm not gonna. Maybe I'm gonna leave them like this, a hot mess, so that I have to go through all my beads and don't forget about the forgotten ones. So that's maybe how I'll leave it. I don't think there's any Halloween. So see, this is another hard thing. Obviously Halloween, but these are glitter. Why is my camera zoomed out? Okay. These are purple sparkle. Those remind me of Halloween. And I feel like I don't use purple unless I'm working with Halloween. These are sparkly. These are black. These are fun, like, paint swirls. I would use those for Halloween. Like, I associate stars with Halloween. So these ones, this specific one is all Halloween. Actually, technically not. Like, these could be fruit swap. I don't know. But I use lime green for Halloween. So that's why they're in here. So these are all bones, skull heads. Fun. These are pumpkins, swirls. See, I think of swirls. I mean, this could be used for carousel. So it really just depends on what you're thinking of. Like, I would use all of these for Halloween. Same with these ones. Not these other. See, these look like tiny pumpkins to me. But they don't fit on my pokey tool, so I haven't been able to use them. Okay, and then I don't think there's Halloween in this one. This one was just out there. This was my original before I started going crazy buying beads. Like neon oranges, some ghosties. These remind me of, like, Halloween colors. So I got the skull ones, pumpkin ones, little ghosties, black and whites. These look like pumpkins, like glow in the dark, even though they're not. Same with, like, these little disc ones, kind of Halloweenish. Scream face. There's eyeballs in here. Here's some more glass eyeballs from Temu. So that is that guy. Should I go over that one? No. And then I just hauled these. This is my haul from Ebony, the Rosette Guru on Instagram. These I was getting all Halloween stuff. Except for this polka dot one. I would use that for Christmas. Halloween colors. Christmas. So those are those guys. And then these are alphas, and then some black ones I would use for Halloween as well. That's why they're in there. And then I have more beads in there, that all have, like, orange, black, whatever, but not necessarily Halloween color. Okay, I have Halloween, like, cabochons, even though I have another container somewhere in those containers. These are spiders, some skeletons, frames from Michael's this year, keyholes, hanging skulls, witches, taxidermy looking things I did, some cameos with, like, a dead skull girl. Okay, and I swear I have more of these, so they might actually be in my closet, but just shoved in with Christmas, and I wasn't paying attention. Oh, here's another thing I'm keeping out year round is my nail art. I do not use nail art for nail art. I use them as tiny little embellishments on my embellishments, basically. So these are all tiny little nail arts, except for I have, like, these are Halloween theme, Halloween, black and white. These are, like, little bats, little coffins, some Halloween lips. These are all spiders. These are all skulls and pumpkins. And then so this is kind of like no, that's not holiday, so I don't know. And then this is all Christmas down here. Bows that I would relate to Christmas. Spider webs. So tiny little nail arts in here that I would use for Halloween. I used these for Halloween this year. They're like little starbursts. So black, orange, pink I used for Halloween, and purple. But again, they're colorful. They could be used year round for whatever. And I kept my brads out because I'm going to stick those with all the brads. I'm going to keep those out year round. These guys are just some cabochons. Cabochons with no hooks. So eyeballs, bows, spiders. And I used a lot of cabochons this year, so I'm proud, and I can buy more because I don't really have a lot. Like, this is it. Like, this and some nail arts. And then what people have gifted. I have a lot of charms, though. Eyeballs this year. colorful ones. Gummy worms, popsicles. This one in a old Dollar Tree thing. So these were gifted. I think did I go over these? No, these are like acrylic. These are like clay things. Skull cameos. These are all like ghosties with some lollipops that were gifted. So those guys. And then, like, I had a million of these because I was storing my charms in these originally. So tell me where I put these containers, because this is the only container besides those two that I have. And I know I bought more. These are more just like little flatbacks, witch hats, skellies, the haunted books, cauldrons, candy corns. So these candy corns aren't charms, so that's why they're not with all those other candy corns. So yeah, those are, I know I'm forgetting stuff because that's just me and I'm very forgetful. That is my Halloween, you guys. Hot mess express, all aboard. And thank you guys for watching and following along. Catch you guys on the next crafty video.